All right, welcome to level 2 of our intervals. So just a quick recap of level 1. So in level 1, we had steps, which is when they're right next to each other, line to the next space or space to the next, or line to the next space or space to the next line. We had skips, which were where we go space to the next space or line to the next line. Okay, this would be a skip up, this is a skip down, step up, step down. And then we had leaps, which was anything bigger than a skip. And here's one going up and here's a really big one going down. Okay, so that's our first level. Now we're going to get a little bit more specific and in-depth with it. So I'm going to just go over all of our intervals that we're going to be doing. So that's going to be unison is our first one, and this is where it's very easy. It's just the same note. Okay, so for example, a G to a G. Same note, unison. Then we have seconds, okay, which is where it's the exact same thing as a step, where we're going to go one step up or one step down. So that's a second. This would be this one, and here's the step down. And we're not going to worry about is it a half step or a whole step right now. We're just worried about identifying is it a second. And then we have thirds, which is a skip. So we should be really familiar and really good at these three. And that's where we'll go space to space or line to line. Draw that a little better. There we go. This would be a third going up and a third going down. And then we have everything else that's bigger, and these are our leaps. And this would be a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, a seventh, and I'll do it down here because I think we're running out of space. I'll do the seventh down here as well. Sevenths and octaves. Okay, so how do we figure these out? Well, let's look at these ones right now, and I'll show you how to do it with seconds and thirds, and then we'll apply it to fourth, fifth, sixth, sevenths, and octaves. So you're going to count the note that you start on as 1, and then you're going to go up a step and count that as 2. So this would be a second because it lands on a 2. This is 1, 2, 3. So that's a third because that's where we get to for that. So for a fourth, let's just say we start on this note right here, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that note right here is a fourth up. Okay, and if we wanted to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a fourth down. Okay, and there you can see they're a little farther than your usual than a third. So there's a fourth up, and here's our fourth down. Okay, fifths, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a fifth going up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be a fifth going down, and we can see that these are a little bit farther than a fourth. A sixth, same thing. 1, make sure you start counting on the note you're starting with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would be a sixth, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down here would be a sixth down, and they're a little bit further. And now sevenths. So let's just start. I'm just going to do it up from right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's going to be, let's see, we're in bass clef, so this is going to be from a B up to an A. So that's a seventh. You can see it's a pretty wide interval. And then octaves are when we go from a note 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the same note. How does that work? Well, our musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which means that when, let's say we start on an A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we do the 8th one, we end up back in the same spot. So this is an octave. Actually, sorry, it's B to B. Okay, C to C would be an octave, D to D, octave, E to E. Those are octaves up, octaves down. Let's go A to A, G to G, F to F. Okay, the same note to the same note, but one octave apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now it's our turn to practice it. And I'm going to write them up on the board in treble and bass clef. It's not going to matter too much that it's in treble or bass clef because we're not worried about the specific intervals and identifying what the notes are. So what we're going to be doing is just counting the distance between them on the staff. Okay? So I'm going to write a couple in, and then what I want you to do is pause the video and see if you can figure them out, and then I will go over them with you. Okay? So let's do 5 for each one. And I'm going to add in sharps and flats, and that's not going to make any difference in this level of rhythm. It will when we do the third rhythm. This level of intervals, when we do the third level and it gets really intense, it will make a difference. But for right now, we're all good. Okay, there's our first one. And you can start solving these right now if you want. Okay, so there's our first 5 in treble clef. And let's do one more. Which one haven't we done? Okay. So, pause the video and figure them out. I'm going to give you 1 second to look at it. Okay, so now we're going to go over how to solve these. Let's look at this one. So we're going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 5th, and it's going up. So we're going to draw an up arrow there. Remember to start the counting on the note. So this is 1, 2. That's a 2nd going down. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is another 5th, and it's going up. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's an octave, and it's going down. And this one goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a 6th, and it's going up. Let's hear what these sound like. So first we have our 5th. Okay, you can see that's a leap. Pretty sizable interval between those two. Our 2nd, those are right next to each other. That's a whole step. This next one is another 5th, so it's going to go F sharp. That'll be this F sharp to C sharp. We can see that that's about the same as this first 5th that we did, right? Which was here. Same distance and going up. And then we have an octave, so we start with a high F, and we're going to go to the low F, because an octave is the same note. So that's an octave. And then our 6th is going to go here from a G to an E. And we can see that that's a pretty sizable interval right there. On to the bass clef. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a fifth. This time it's going down. Let's count this one. Starting on the note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is an octave. And this one is going up. So these are the same note because it's an octave. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a fourth going up. 1, 2, 3. That's a third, right? It's a skip and it's going down. And this one goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a 7, and it's going up. Let's hear these. So at the fifth down, we're going from an F to a B flat. There's a fifth. An octave, we're going from a low A flat to a high A flat. That's an octave. And then we're going to go from this C up to an F. That is a fourth. And then we're going to go from a D sharp to a B. That's a third. And then we're going to go from an A to a G. That's a seventh. Okay? And that's our second level of intervals.